You want to start streaming event? Yes, let's go. And look at that, we are starting something on time, team. What is going on?
Steve and Dave use eToro to invest in the
I have no idea.
I know.
Well, hold on. No, we can't give ourselves any like commendations yet until we get through a whole stream without an audio issue.
Yeah.
Until we can get through it without playing, saying, "Okay, guys, now we're back to this and this and that," and then you're the only one talking, and me and Dan are sitting there talking, and no one hears us. Then we can pat ourselves on the back and say, "Yes, we finally did one right."
So yeah, if you guys can hear us, that just let us know. That'd be fantastic. But tonight we are in the presence of royalty, aren't we, team?
Oh man, no, no. I'm just a normal person. I'm a normal person. I'm
not you. You're nothing with your 12,000 subs.
No.
Pish.
Absolutely, we're with a modern day king. Most people who try to start their flat earth channels their anti-flat earth channels, they modeled themselves after this guy.
Yeah.
Including myself.
No.
And me.
Come on.
Yeah.
You're all great. You're all great in your own right.
Well,
No. We're nobodies. We're just little people to you, Dan.
It's a fact that my channel wouldn't exist without the inspiration of you. And you know, even team who's been around for a long time, but like you were the first one who kind of popped up in my recommendations. What's this? Scimandan. I think I first subscribed to you. You had just under 500 subs when I first subscribed to you.
Is that when you first subscribed?
Yeah. So yeah, I've been watching you like right from the beginning, and I've seen you grow. And then when you had that video out, the stupidest flat Earth experiment to date.
The gate, yeah.
Yeah.
Video.
What on earth was that about?
The gate video. That guy.
Thanks, mate. Thanks. I'll PayPal you that £10 later.
Okay. All right. They're saying I'm a bit loud, so I'm just turning myself down. That should be better.
I would say the best thing, as far the most influence you had with me, Dan, was that like when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't even know who you were. Like I hadn't been exposed to you at all, but really only been exposed to Cool Hard Logic, Martimer, Red's Rhetoric, and maybe that's it. Armored Skeptic did a couple of videos, but I didn't really watch his Flat Earth videos. So when I came in, you didn't really have a lot of subs. I think you had maybe 500 or 600 subs as well. Okay. When I first started, so it was good for me to have a channel to rate myself against, because you were putting out great content from day one. So it gave me a way to improve myself, as well as like see what works for my peers, you know. And it was not just an inspiration to see you blow up the way you did. I mean, that it made me feel good, because it said, you know, it is possible for someone like myself to have that type of success, which we're all here to do. I mean, we might all get on and say, let's do this for fun, because we didn't join to say we're going to make this our jobs, right? I mean, we did it for fun.
Yeah.
And so when you see somebody or when you're having this fun and you start to grow and you see somebody else who's also having fun, who puts out similar material to you in that genre and whatnot, and it just gives you that inspiration, and that was great to have you to track against.
Yeah.
Until you took off. Once you took off, I was like, bye, Dan.
To see that the audience is out there is nice.
The community on the whole is fantastic. I think we've got a real solid community now.
Yeah.
We just got to keep growing it, and
that's one thing that gets me, is if you look at our community versus the Flat Earth community, you don't see them kind of doing collaborations and working together and helping each other. There's much more of they're just always arguing with each other, just as much as we're arguing with them. Oh yeah.
There's always a drama going on with them lot. Always.
Yeah. But that's always good to cover.
Well, there's like, I don't know, what, 200-300 different factions of the Flat Earth, and each one of them has their own like belief system. Some believe the Earth is just constantly raising. Some believe that there's a force actually pulling stuff down, that it's not gravity, but it's something else that's like gravity, just not gravity. Every property that is gravity, it's that, but not gravity. Then you have stuff, oh, it's buoyancy density. It's hey, there is no pressure gradient as far as they're concerned. Even when we show them that no, there's not. They argue with each other because they have conflicting points of view. We don't.
No,
We all agree on the same thing. So it's much easier for us to form, similar bonds and make friendships and whatnot because we already share those ideas.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% agree. Yeah, I mean they've all those little factions as well. They've all got their their leaders, their self-proclaimed leaders, and everyone licks their boots until something goes off. Like the Bob Nathan thing or whatever. That was quite funny.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, who is your favorite flat earther to watch? Like, because you got to watch the videos to find some to debunk.
I think I've got a bit of affiliation with Arwin. I think because he's so. I just think, oh, bless him. He's trying his hardest out in the flat Earth world. And he had that massive rant that he wasn't at 1,000 subs yet.
That is just comedy gold.
That was hilarious.
Honestly,
I pop in there now and again, and I say some things, and to be fair to him, he doesn't boot me unless I say something that's a little bit naughty, and then he will boot me. But he doesn't block me or anything like that. So I think he's my favourite to watch simply because he allows me to go on that platform, even though he knows I'm being a bit of a knob.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. I felt bad for him, man, when he started yelling into the screen.
Yeah.
But I sit here and I think to myself, I'm like, well, you're doing it wrong. If you're been doing this for years and you keep doing the same thing, and he admitted to it. He said, I've been doing the same thing over every day. I'm the only one. Well, you're doing something wrong. Stop doing what you're doing. And like I said, I had you, right? I had you to look at and say, how can I model my channel better to make myself better and see what successes work for you? They don't do that. They just continue to put out the same garbage material over every day.
I think that's why he started the Early Bird show, to try and model Nathan's kind of way of doing things. And obviously that's got him a few subscribers. And then I did a video on him and he got a few more subscribers. He actually thanked me for those. I was like, for God's sake.
They have no
They think
idea.
we're advertising them all the time.
Thank you so much for the attention I would have never got with my own self.
He's like, Scimandan got me 50 subscribers. He's like, these subscribers are good. They're talking to me. They're asking questions. And you think, oh, bloody hell, Arwin, they're there to take the piss. Come on.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Really makes people want.
Don't you think that most Flat Earthers subscribers at this point are just subscribing to them to see the train wreck?
Oh yeah, yeah. And the Flat Earthers are subscribed to you because you you release a video and within 5 seconds there's a downvote.
Oh,
you know that they're subscribed.
Dan, I can guarantee one of the first 10 comments on every single one of my videos is from a Flat Earther, and I'm sure you're the same because you pin Flat Earth comments. I'm not gonna lie, I totally got that idea from you because you pin a really good Flat Earth comment, and then so many people will interact with that one comment, and it'll have hundreds of replies to that one comment. But
I haven't done that for a while actually.
No, you should, because
you reminded me.
I used to spend a lot of time just going through the comments section on your videos, just for the pure comedy coming out of there.
Yeah, there are some good threads, isn't there, going on?
And now there was a Flat Earther recently who was angry at you because he posted a response, a comment on one of your early videos where you would say, I'll respond to everybody. And probably at that point, when you had 500, 1,000 subscribers, you would respond to a lot. But obviously
Absolutely.
now you're going close to, heading towards 200,000 subs, so there's no way you can respond to everything. But he did a whole video saying how you're a liar because you didn't respond to the comment that he left on this video that you released a year ago.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely. I mean, it's 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 comments a video. There's no way I can respond to everyone without having a life.
It takes a lot of time. I mean, even...
Yeah, it does.
All I hear when you say that, Dan, is you're not dedicated. Okay, that's all I hear when you say, I would, but I wouldn't have a life. Well, I don't have a life because I respond to comments. So you're welcome, guys, out in the chat. If I've responded to your comment, it's because I've sacrificed some exciting part of my exciting life for you.
One of your
to the nice people.
Yeah, one of your early videos, Dan, was an M-Benz one. Did you know that M-Benz? Oh, his content's gone.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
his
broke
channel-
him, guys.
Yeah,
I broke him.
I'm pretty sure Team Skeptic broke him. He's taken everything off
Yes,
his
I
channel.
did. He got so mad at me. He left comments on the videos. Anybody that comes to my channel with that dang bullshit is gonna be blocked immediately. I was like, yes. And then he did 3 videos, and I put out a debunk at the very next day of all 3 videos. I mean, they're so easy, you know. What I mean, like they're so simple-minded people that I was like, go ahead.
This is the problem. There's so many of those flat earthers out there that are easy. You know, anyone who wants to start a flat earth debunking channel, just take the easy ones as a leg up. It's just, you know, they're all there. It's not hard.
Yeah.
And guys, they put out 200 to 300 videos a day, and every one of them is just as easy and just as stupid to debunk. I mean, I understand where Dan's coming from. The fact that we do so much videos means we have to watch a lot of flat earth material to find the quality videos to debunk, the ones that y'all are going to like, because there's so many out there that people that just sit there with a paper and the blood over intent people. I can't.
Oh my God.
Those people are really, I see so many of those videos. They're just writing, you got to put your intention on paper and smash your blood into it. And you're like, what are you doing? You're going to get tetanus doing that. Stop.
Did you know that?
They're not vaccinated. You know they're not vaccinated.
Flat Out Hero's very first video was a blood over intent video.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's one of those people? Oh,
he
wow.
is, yeah. So he's one of the absolute crazies. I was going to say something and I totally lost track. I was going to say to everyone, we are going to, before Dan has to leave us this evening, we're going to go through the My Buddy is an Idiot section. So if you guys want to go to our Twitter, at Science or Satire, and leave reasons why that your buddy is an idiot with the hashtag My Buddy is an Idiot, and then we will read out those out at the end and get the best ones, have a laugh with them. So if any of our mods want to put the Twitter account in the chat, go there and leave the My Buddy is an Idiot, and we'll have a bit of a laugh as the last thing before Scimandan leaves today.
Also, like the Flat Earth, don't forget to tell them that you need to put the hashtag in there.
Yeah.
Hashtag My Buddy's an Idiot, so we can find it easy.
Yeah.
Through the hashtag search.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for us to go through the chat and get everybody's, so it'd be much easier if y'all went to and just posted it on the on your Twitter, hashtag My Buddy's an Idiot, and we will go over those before Dan leaves today.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Back to Ben. So he did the 3 videos, and then I did the debunk, and then he stopped putting out any content whatsoever. Hasn't done it for 4 months, and then within the past 3 days, it's all gone. He just removed all his content.
Yeah. I only found out myself because I renamed the episode that I did with him with Creaky Blinder and got a new thumbnail. And Creaky was like, I was going to go get a picture of him, but everything's gone off of his channel. So why do you think he'd do that?
Yeah.
He must have seen the light. He's seen the light, surely.
I would hope so. Because
Either that or he got. I know that my video, I changed the thumbnail on my video, and that it went up from like 16,000 views to 50,000 views.
You know, Dan's just thinking pocket change, right? Dan gets that in a couple of minutes.
Oh, I know. I hover over my notifications bell just to like. I'm clicking it every like 3 seconds, just waiting for that new Scimandan so I can try to be the first commenter.
I've managed to be first one. I think I've done it once.
To beat. Yeah. I think it's Polly Darton or something. She is on there like literally 0.5 seconds. Bosh.
It's when the YouTube notifications work. That's the thing.
That's it.
So before that gate swing-in video. Like, how many views were you getting on your average video?
Before the gate swinging?
Yeah.
Don't know if I can remember. Maybe 1,000 or 2,000.
What was it like
Actually, no. I remember now. I was going to the pet shop to pick something up for my cat, and I'd released a video on the Friday morning, and I got out of my car and I looked, and it was on 800 views an hour, and I was like, that is incredible. I was like, that is the best I've ever got. And then 2 weeks later, I released the gate video, and the rest is history.
What was it like? The feeling of having that video actually take off and go viral.
Well, well, the funny thing is, I didn't actually know, because we were going on holiday to Penrith, up in North England, and I released the video in the morning, and then we drove to Penrith, and it took 6 hours, and we didn't stop for lunch until about 4 hours in. So we stopped for lunch, got my phone out, and then realised, what the is going on here? You know, there's thousands and thousands of views, and it just exploded. And then over the course of that weekend is when I got all the videos from Ranty saying I'm buying subscribers and all this, because it went from about 5,000 to about 30,000 in 2 days.
Yeah, and then it just never stopped.
Yeah, and literally from that point, it was just crazy.
Oh man, when that video started taking off, I could just imagine every Flat Earth channel going, "Oh, I'm scared. What's going on here? There's a new guy on the scene." And I think you were the start of the new wave of debunkers, and it's probably because of that video. But the thing is, see that video. I don't know what you mean, but I don't think it's one of your best by any measure.
Mate, I hate it. I was like, seriously, I was like, they could have picked a better one to go viral.
Why do you think that one went viral?
I was not happy with it at all.
Like, why did that one grab the algorithm? Do you think? Because like you've done. I mean, it's not a terrible video, but
how the stupidest experiment and all this. It could have been it, but for whatever reason. And I had a guy that I knew in my local area, and I met him for a coffee because he does a bit of work for me. And he was like, "Oh, I saw your video. It was like on the trending page of YouTube." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, it's amazing." I was like, "Oh, great." So obviously it must have worked its way onto the trending that day.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Even though it's not that good.
Oh, so
somebody liked it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, 2.4 million people like it. So
yeah, exactly. So you've got your other channel now, your Scimandan FIFA channel.
Yeah, it's a bit of an experiment.
Yeah. What made you think about doing that?
What made me think about doing it?
Yeah.
Well, I play FIFA when I can, like in my spare time. I love football, and it's kind of the only. I used to play games all the time when I was younger, but it's kind of the only game that's carried on through me being older.
Yeah.
And I've seen a couple of channels, and I thought, I'll have a go at playing it. And when I was a kid, I used to commentate on it by myself, for a laugh, and I thought I'd see how it goes. It's been difficult the last few weeks because of Easter holidays and all that, and trying to occupy the kids, so I'm not able to do anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like my guilty pleasure. I just like making videos about FIFA and being stupid when I score and things like that.
Are you any good?
I'm all right.
Team?
I'm all right. I'll get by.
Team, is he any good?
Is what?
He asked me if I think you're any good. I when I watch him play, I only see red. I just want to get on the screen and just start tripping people and slide tackling everybody. But he seems to be holding his own. So I've already told it to everybody. I took 6 out of Conspiracy Cat's 9 lives. Unfortunately, Dan only has 1.
Man, we need to play. We need to play big time.
He doesn't want to see me. He doesn't want to see me on
what
the.
What time are you finishing today? What time are you finishing? Get online.
Now,
Get online, run a game.
I think we need to have some kind of debunker FIFA tournament, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, no, it would be a no-brainer. Everybody, put your money on Team Skeptic.
See,
come on, right.
My mum told me I'm not allowed to play FIFA because I'm too good.
We are having a game.
Oh man! All right, yeah. We'll have a game. We'll have a game or two. The awesome thing about FIFA is that we can actually get Cats in there and a few other people, and we can all make a little squad and go play 5-on-5.
Yeah.
But I would suggest someone other than Cats. He's really not that good.
Well, he's a Blackburn fan. Anyone knows anything about English football, you don't want to be a Blackburn fan.
I'm a Bristol Rovers fan because my dad told me to be.
Hey?
I'm Bristol.
What's your squad?
My team, Southampton.
Yeah. I'm a Bristol Rovers fan because my dad told me to be, but I don't really follow football at all.
Why did you go Rovers and not City?
because my dad was Rovers.
City are much better.
Well, just because they're the more popular team doesn't mean you should go with them, surely.
I know.
Otherwise,
yeah, you're
everyone
right.
would support Man United.
Yeah, there were loads of those kids at school. You know, playing Arsenal fans.
Yeah. Do you follow football in real life?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
live by it. You know, if it's the summer and there's no World Cup on, I'm miserable.
Yeah, sounds like a FIFA tournament for the debunkers would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Ready whenever.
Team's ready to take the crown.
Skeptic team. Have you got a team in America that you support?
Yeah. Well, in any sport or in
Football.
Well, no. Well, we do have the Dallas Burn, I think, is what they're called here.
Okay.
But our football leagues are not that good. I want to say, if I say soccer, you got to forgive me. I'm trying to be respectful, so you guys don't start crying about it and boot me. So our European football leagues are pretty pathetic here. Everybody thinks they're a star, but nobody will go over in Europe and play and show that they're good enough to play over there. So they're all prima donnas here.
I'll say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
You've had some pretty good goalkeepers who've played in the Premier League.
Oh yeah. Now we have had that, but I'm talking about more like the players that play here. Anybody that's good here makes it over there. Yeah. So it's, to me, I would rather watch it on TV. I'll go to a game, but I'd rather watch it on TV and watch Premier League over in Europe.
Yeah.
Or Spanish League. I like watching Real Madrid and
Barcelona.
What's it called? I'm sorry.
Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona and what did I say? Oh, Real Madrid. Yeah, I like watching them play each other. I actually was thinking of Barcelona when I said Real Madrid. That's why I couldn't think of the other team. I was trying to think of Real Madrid.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I like watching them. I used to really like watching Barcelona. I have family from Argentina, so Messi was always nice to watch him. Yeah, and I grew up playing American soccer.
The last World Cup I paid attention to was the Overwatch World Cup.
What's that?
Video games, esports. I don't do real life sports. That means going outside.
No, yeah, I still go outside every once in a while. In fact, yesterday, you know what I did that was really cool yesterday? My brother came down to my shop, and me and him, they got this trend in America. I don't know if it's going on in Europe or not, but they have like rentable scooters everywhere. You just walk up, scan it with your phone, jump on it, and it's a motorized scooter. You can drive it anywhere. And then when you're done with it, you scan it and say, "Oh, I'm done," and then you just leave them there and walk off.
They've got those in London, like bikes.
Oh, they do have them in London?
Like cycle bikes, yeah.
Yeah, well, they have those here too, but the trend here is everybody gets on those two-wheeled scooters, you know, like the little ones that are, you know what I'm saying, like down the street. But so I got on that and rode around for about an hour and a half, just cruising downtown, and oh man, it was a beautiful day yesterday. Beautiful.
Nice.
So apparently M-Benz has a new channel, people I'm being told in the chat.
Who has?
M-Benz, called M-Ben.
Has he?
Yeah, MBDC.
Here we go.
Mike Benz breakdown review various. Oh, it's a DC TV show. YouTube channel. I think he's given up Flat Earth.
Oh,
hey, you know what? If he gives up Flat Earth, I'll support him.
That's a win.
He's using the same studio setup that he was using in his Flat Earth videos, and it's just about DC TV shows. I think you killed it.
On his, I left a comment on after I did the very first debunk video. I came over to him. He put out his second video, and I was like, "Hey, I already debunked your first video. I'm going to debunk this one, but I'll give you an opportunity to come onto my show, and we'll talk about it live, so that way there's no misunderstanding or anything like that. You know, like I'm not taking you out of context. You can't go back later and go, well, I didn't mean that. So, you know, why don't you come on? I'll be polite. I won't even call you an idiot or anything." I said all this in this nice drawn out comment. And he was like, that was when he put out that I have no interest in debating. And in my comment, I told him, I was like, dude, look, you have great you've got good quality on your videos, and you seem like you're a likable person with a pretty good attitude. You're in the wrong field. Even if you want to believe the flat Earth, that's fine, but you should get out of talking flat Earth. You'll never win that way. And he put out video number 3, and I debunked that when he stopped putting videos out.
I'd agree with that. He does seem like a decent guy. Like, you know, you wouldn't mind going out for a beer with him or something.
No. Well, I'm happy for him. His new channel, it's already got more subscribers than he ever had as a flat earther. He's already got 14 or 1,200 subscribers, and he's putting out a decent amount of content, like literally a few things a week. So he's putting all that equipment and everything that D-Marble bought him to good use, by the looks of it.
Well, let me just put this out there. And Benz, if you come back to Flat Earth, I'm waiting for you.
Yes.
Waiting for that Flat Earth proof volume 4.0 of yours that you said you were going to put out.
No, I think you've killed his flat Earth aspirations. I think he's done with that by the looks of it.
Because I'm not wrong.
We're never wrong. That's the thing. We have all these debates and everything, team. But at the end of the day, we're the ones that are right.
Yeah, that's my favorite response to anybody that goes, "Why are you so mean? You lose all credibility with your use of the F word and calling everybody an idiot." Am I wrong? Oh, okay.
No, you're not wrong.
Eat it later.
Yeah,
I think this would be a good time to take a short break and play that video that we have planned out.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'll get that set up just now.
This video was directed at you. We're gonna go ahead and play it. It's a conspiracy video, to be honest with you.
Okay.
We're gonna see how you feel about it here in a second. Okay.
Can you see that on the screen, Dan?
Yep.
All right. Let me just switch over so the people can see it as well. All right.
Ahoy hoy. Scimandan, a YouTuber who debunks conspiracy theories like Flat Earth, and who rose to popularity pretty quickly. It is not surprising that people have made conspiracies about him, like saying that he's a paid shill by NASA, or saying that he bought his subscribers. But if you actually take the time to do the high IQ research like I have, you realise that it goes a lot deeper than just buying subscribers. Considering the fact that he shows both his face and his arms, all seems normal. But it's not. Scimandan's videos all show him wearing a t-shirt or a sweatshirt of some sort. And he has no videos on his Pornhub account. So that leads me to the conclusion that Scimandan has no nipples. Now of course, that's not everything. It also turns out that Scimandan doesn't have legs either. But of course, Scimandan has realized that people are onto this, so he put out a photo to make it seem like he does in fact have legs. But of course, I am not one to fall to lies. I will be exposing Scimandan's legs, and I will be revealing the truth behind everything, including his nipples. Wait a second, hold on. Aren't I debating someone right now? How am I in two places at once? And wait, why are people watching this video and not watching my debate? Jeez, I don't get... Goddamn.
Brilliant. I love him.
Oh, planer.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Planet Walk.
Yeah, me too.
I have been for
He's
a long
awesome.
time. Yeah, absolutely. Planet Walk, if you're in the chat, aren't you actually supposed to be debating someone right now? Because Friday is your open debate night. So how are you in the chat and in a video and debating someone? Has there been like an accident with a contraceptive in the time machine or something?
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. So yeah, you've been exposed, Dan, by the looks of it.
I need to sharpen up. I need to sort it out. Sort the game out. It's not good enough, is it?
So what do you think he's going to tell everyone about your legs?
I don't know. You know, no one wants to know what's deep inside the mind of Planet Walk, because
Well,
that is probably a scary place.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I suppose growing up with Wolfie 6020 for your dad.
Yeah. He just said Hith. That makes me laugh so much when people say that he's Hith.
Yeah.
That he's Hith.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you see the? Oh, I guess it was left on his video. He said something in one of his videos. He was talking about something about white girls, and I was like, "Hey man, you can't go stealing white girls' haircuts and then make fun of them at the same time." He does, man. He has like the perfect white girl haircut.
Yeah. If you guys haven't subscribed to Planner Walk, then make sure you do, because he is absolutely hilarious. And he recently done a video called "Ban All Chemicals," which literally made me snort coffee out my nose.
No, I go ahead, Dan.
I was going to give you an exclusive that he will be appearing soon in a Scimandan video.
Oh, get in.
Oh. Are you exposing him?
I'm not actually. I'm being nice to him. So he's kind of gone against the grain.
Well,
there.
you're kind of nice to everybody, Dan.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I tried one or two times. It just wasn't.
What, you tried
We've
being
all got-
nice in general,
We've all
or
got a niche, mate. Yours is calling people idiots. That's fine.
Oh man, I was like really trying to be nice, and I just after every time I would say a sentence, I would literally have to lean over and puke everywhere, and then I'd go back to trying to be nice again. It was just so
I know,
horrible. It was the most miserable night of my life on YouTube.
I get a lot of comments. They're like, "Oh, why don't you just be nice to them like Scimandan is?" Like, how are you so nice and calm when you're dealing with these? Like, and when you're watching the Flat Earth videos for research, do you get that pain in your head as well and the taste of tin, or is that just me?
No, the initial watch, when you initially watch it, that's when you have all the emotions. Then when you go back 2, 3, 4 times later when you're writing for it, it's kind of diluted.
Yeah.
So you don't really have the full impact of when you watch it the first time. So it's fairly easy to put that aside and concentrate on the bits that you want to talk about.
So what's your process for making a video? How long does it take you from beginning to end?
I'll probably have. So I'll have. I'll already have a list of what I'm doing, 5, 6 weeks in advance, so I know what video I'm looking at, and then I'll start writing the video about 10 days before its release. That can sometimes take an hour and a half, maximum 2 hours. I go to it and come back to it. Then I'll send it off to Wolf, and he has a look and sees what sort of animations he can do for it, and that comes back, and then I film it, and that doesn't take. That's the smallest amount of time is the filming, and then I'll edit it, and it's normally in the can 2 or 3 days before release day. So probably 5 or 6 or 7 hours per video, depending on the length of it.
Fair enough. Is Wolf the agent guy?
Yeah, Wolf's the agent. Yeah.
Has he been helping you with your videos for quite a while?
Yeah. He's got a company and he does a few bits and pieces for me, so like animations and stuff like that. And I initially saw the character of the agent in his videos, and I said I'd love to incorporate that in mine. And we introduced him in that video where I was accepted into the team. Well, I'd had that. I went to I can't remember what it was. I went somewhere. There was a spacesuit which I got in, and I thought I'll use that picture. It'll be perfect for it.
Yeah.
And ever since then, he's been on board. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
How long were you a channel before he actually stepped in? Was it before or after the gate video?
Oh, it was after the gate video. Yeah, it was after the gate video. I'd say a good 3 or 4 months after that.
So I just got to find my gate video.
I'm like every video I release, I'm like, is this another gate video? Please let it be another gate video.
Oh, I do that shit. I do that shit all the time.
yeah. I mean, I'm happy.
The one I predicted pretty good was the Mark Sargent one I just did with the astrophysicist, and I got so much hate on it. They're like, "Why are you stopping and talking so much?" I'm like, "Did you not hear me in the intro where I said I'm only going to be pulling out the pertinent parts because literally, if you want to be bored for an hour, go watch
Yeah.
them two talk.
Yeah.
That's a very, very boring conversation.
Absolutely.
What I pulled out was the best 8 minutes out of an hour-long video. Yes, I'm talking a lot. Yes, I'm commenting on it a lot. No, you want to go watch it. The link's in the description. Go bore yourself to death. By all means.
Exactly. I'm happy the flat earth physicist video I did about JM Truth is like 22,000, and I'm really, really happy to see that. Like, just to be able to go in and see, oh, I've got a video that's got over 1 million views would be amazing. Like,
He's a funny
Dan-
lad.
yeah,
James.
when you
man.
tackle in JM Truth, because surely he's got to be on your radar then.
I'd never seen him before.
No.
No.
Yeah, I
Did
quite.
you hear
Sound
his
like-
10? Did you hear his proclamation that 10 to the negative 17th was a negative number?
I didn't know.
Yeah, but
That's,
it's to do with their whole space breaking the second law of thermodynamics thing. And when we go, what does that mean? They just shout, well, it's NASA says it's 10 to the negative 17 torr. And I kept pressing the point, well, what does that mean? It's negative pressure. And I was like, well, so negative pressure is a thing, is it? And he started laughing at me. And then he said, yeah, 10 to the negative 17. That's a negative number. And I was like, sorry, could you say that again?
Well, yeah. So we were having the conversation with Nathan Thompson, and
Yeah.
then this other guy just comes on. I had no idea who he was. I was like, hey, who is this guy? And Nathan Thompson's like, oh, it's my friend. He has a master's degree in science. And I'm like, oh, really? So somebody that we can actually have an intelligent conversation, because if
Yeah.
anybody has a master's degree in science, there's no way they believe the earth is flat. So let's have
Yeah.
this conversation. He starts talking, and you can tell he's bullshitting. I mean, you just tell the way he talks. He doesn't talk like he has any kind of intelligence in him whatsoever. And then Nathan Thompson pulls this, JM, will you please tell them that space is a negative vacuum? And he was like, oh yeah, it absolutely is. I was like, no, it's not. And I was like, he goes, yeah, tell him 10 to the negative 17th is a negative number. He's like, yeah, 10 to the, or he's like, 10 times negative 17 is a negative number. I said, no, he didn't say that. He said 10 to the negative 17th.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, that's a negative number. And I was like, what? I was like, no, that is not it. It's a very small positive number, but it's a positive number. Yeah, it's a positive number that represents a negative number. I said, no.
That
He said,
broke
there's
me
a
when you said
negative
that.
in it. There's a negative in it. He said, yeah, but the negative is in the exponent, so it's not the same thing as saying 10 times negative 17. And he went on, he's been fighting this for 2 weeks now, been trying to stand behind that assertion.
Yeah.
Until I finally broke him down in Nathan Thompson's channel and made him admit that he was wrong about that. I made him admit he was wrong about like 3 or 4 different things in one live stream.
It was brilliant.
I might have to cast my eye over his channel.
Oh yeah, there's one brilliant video he does, which I covered, where he's literally standing in a field, in a lab coat, presenting some completely wrong information. And one of the points he makes is that the sun can't be out in space and gas because it's fire, and fire requires oxygen. I mean, honestly,
What a dumbass.
Seriously.
I know, and like when you actually look into it, his right, he does have what is called a Master's of Science, but it is in no way at all a degree in science. It's a degree in a 12-month online degree in instructional pamphlet making, basically. And for some reason,
Yeah.
the diploma mill that he's got it from have called it a Master's of Science, and technically it is a master's degree, and it's of science, but it is not an MSc, and it's nothing to do with science. And here's the funniest thing: his bachelor's degree is in film production, and when he is talking about what is and isn't sciences, he says that geology isn't a science, seismology isn't a science, radiology isn't a science. But film production is a science.
Yeah, astronomy is not a science because you can't move the stars, and you must be able to manipulate the stars in order for it to be a real science.
Yeah, but film production is a science.
Do you think any of these people have looked through a spectroscope?
Oh, they wouldn't know what a spectroscope was.
No.
Like when they were arguing.
Unfortunately, his Masters of Science has masters of science didn't ever require him to use a spectroscope or even probably know what spectroscopy is.
But here's the killer, because he's got this masters of science in. He basically says he puts together like syllabuses and stuff for education. So that makes him an expert in anything that he presents. Anything.
Oh, yeah. His exact words, I believe, were. Fight the Flat Earth said, you don't have a master's in science. You have a master's in putting together instructional manuals. And he was like, yeah. He goes, and what do you think those guys would trust me to put those together if I wasn't an expert in that field? Like, you fucking idiot.
Brilliant.
He sent the information.
Guys,
but you have to use Adobe and a 3-hole punch machine to make sure that it flips over, the pages flip over nicely, and the people at your board meeting that you're presenting this to, they don't get pissed off at you and fire you on the spot.
But here's one thing, right? He's got a bachelor's in film production and editing and stuff, yet he uses Comic Sans. What the fuck? Who uses Comic Sans?
I use Hobo, leave me alone.
I love it when people have a go at Comic Sans.
His videos look so basic. Like, it's the text just slanted in italics, Comic Sans. It's JM Truth Presents in association with JM Truth TV on Facebook. Presented by JM Truth.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's beautiful. Like, I struggled. When I went through his videos, I struggled to pick one because there's I could make another 5 or 6 videos just about him. So easy.
I'm all over it. I need one for late June. I'll have a little look.
Oh, there's so much comic material in there, Dan.
It's
that brings me to
perfect.
my next point. Like, I really think that that you kind of started a trend that a lot of people are following, and it's a good trend. Stepping away from doing like the super scientific presentation of the debunk and providing entertainment with it, because people like yourself and me and Conspiracy Cats, Fight the Flat Earth, and all these new people that are coming up, there's nothing we can say that hasn't been said before us.
Absolutely.
Like, the Flat Earth has been debunked for years now, since CHL, Martimer, Reds, Sean, Astronomy Live, Slice Barcane, all those guys shut them down already. The only thing left now is ridicule. And that's what we do best. And it's not that we ad hom them, because we actually do provide the reasoning behind them being wrong, but it's nothing new. We can't say anything new. Now we have to find something else. And people like yourself who have a good way of presenting scientific evidence in a satirical manner, those type of channels like yourself are going to go a long way. And I think it's a trend that's starting. I think you kind of led that trend.
Yeah,
it was one of my the first things I decided was I wanted to get any information I was getting across. I wanted to do it in the most succinct way possible, with a bit of humour laced into it. I didn't want to go through lengthy scientific explanations.
Yeah,
I wanted the videos to be 10 to 15 minutes long, so that you could do it in one go and not get bored. And I've kind of stuck with that mantra all the way, and it's definitely been successful because loads of people comment on that.
Yeah, I love the way that you can. You've got razor sharp wit. That's quite clear, and you can very easily make them look and sound stupid without having to resort to the kind of swearing and stuff that I do. But that's just who I am and the way that I want to present it. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why you're so successful is because you've managed to keep it. I don't want to say amicable, but still, it's almost like friendly ribbing. But it's still quite clearly pointing out how stupid they are. But it's also something that you could easily watch at work. Yeah, whereas I think Team and I, we can be quite hostile in our approach because, like Team said, there isn't anything left at this point apart from ridicule and pointing out how stupid they are.
But the beauty of it is that all of our channels complement each other very well, because you've got all the different aspects of it. I mean, we still need guys like you doing what you do. We need guys like Sean, who goes into a little bit more detail. We need guys like Reds, who goes out and does all the stuff.
Yeah.
So it's great that we've got a whole mixture of these kind of people that are attacking it from loads of different angles.
Yeah. And
it pisses Flat Earthers off.
Yeah, it really does.
It does.
See the
saying, "Oh, you just use Red's footage." Yeah, I use Red's footage with his permission because guess what? He's a friend of mine, and
that's why he's
we
done
do that
it.
with each other. We share with each other, and that's why we're better than you guys.
That's why, like Sean Hufford and Reds, and they've done all these observations so that other people can use them. You know, and just because I haven't gone and done the observations myself, it's hard for me to get out and stuff. Doesn't mean that it's any less valid when I present it. You know, and when we did that Christmas episode together, and I'd only been around for a month, and you let me have a line in it, and I felt like it was a big part of a community. I was reading some of the comments from Flat Earthers on that, and it was basically that was confirmation for them that we're all part of this paid organization. Because
people went crazy over that episode. Yeah. They loved it. They loved it that so many of us were in it.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Flat Earthers went crazy because they thought it was part of the conspiracy.
Yeah, the same thing happened when I put out my community video. It was like, everybody was like, yep, you guys are all shills.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I guess we are. That's cool. I'll take that one with the video thing.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been recognized outside of YouTube anywhere, Dan?
I'll do that one in a minute. I'm just going to get another beer. I'm empty.
Okay, dokie.
I'll be 2 secs.
Team, the chat has been asking quite a lot of questions. Let's see if we can respond to any of them while Dan's away.
I mean, I can't see the chat, so you'll have to read the questions.
Someone's saying that I'm a vampire, which is fun. Hey guys, I just want to say thanks for watching. Like, so when when Dan gets back, what should we do with him? Did you want to start doing My Buddy's an Idiot, or leave that for a bit more?
Yeah, no, we'll see how much time he has left, because we do have that. We have some things we can do.
Yeah.
But I only see about 10 My Buddies and Idiots on Twitter.
Right. Well,
we probably should just do it from the chat. Just do it from the chat, because I don't want to. We need to do it proper.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, so if Dan is back with getting his beer, I could do with a beer.
Where were we? Have I been recognised? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. That's what I was going to say. Have you been recognised outside of YouTube?
Yeah, I have. A few times. The first time was at the end of last year. So I rent the house that I live in. It's a townhouse, and every 3 months you get an inspection from the letting agencies. And this guy knocks on the door, and he comes in, and he opens up the door, walks through, and the office is the first thing on the left. And he walks past the office, and he gives me a look, and I'm like, okay, he's looking at me a bit weird. And he goes and does the inspection, and he comes down. He's like, are you on YouTube? I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, Flat Earth videos, yeah? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I watch all the time. I'm like, oh, brilliant. And I point to the office, and I'm like, that's where the magic happens. And he laughs. That was the first time. And then a couple of other times in Subway, in the sandwich shop Subway, a couple of guys have come up to me and said, oh, I love the channel, shook my hand and all this, and that was fine. Another time I was at my local gym, and I was leaving, and he was entering. He's like, Scimandan. I was like, all right. And he shakes my hand. So, yeah, a few times.
It must feel good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
hey,
it's weird.
I usually ask people this. What made you want to start? What was your motivation behind doing your very first Scimandan video?
What made me want to start? Okay, I used to watch Cosmic Skeptic quite a lot. Have you watched him?
Yeah.
Yes, I used to watch him quite a lot. And he did an episode on Flat Earth. And that was kind of the first time I heard of it. And I thought, well, what is this guy? What are these people who believe Flat Earth talking about? And obviously I knew who Cosmic Skeptic was, and he did a great video on it. But he's more of the religious side of things when he does his debunking. And I thought there needs to be, I didn't know anything about any of you guys, obviously, at first. And I thought I could do something of that maybe, and I wrote a couple of scripts and filmed a couple of videos. Actually, no, I wrote about 7 or 8 scripts whilst I was getting up the courage to make my first video. So I wrote all those. There was a lot in the bank. Filmed the first one, and I've got a really vivid memory of this. I filmed the first one and kind of edited it on my phone. It was like the worst like editing thing, and it was just completely rubbish. So I did the first one, and then I remember it was about D Marble, and uploaded it. And I remember I got a view in like the first 10 seconds. Like, get in there! I've got a view already. And then I realised it was me that was the view because I looked at the view after I uploaded it. So yeah, that was how it all started. And so then I went through the scripts that I wrote and filmed them all. So I didn't have to do any writing for like the first 5 or 6 weeks. And I just thought I'd just do it every Friday, just keep bobbing along, and then the gate happened. So yeah.
The gate.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. When you say that about your first view on the video, it reminds me of a scene from The Office, the American version of The Office. Where,
I don't watch that.
Andy Bernard's sitting there and he's like, "Yeah, I just posted it." Or he's like, "Look, there's a new trailer up." He's like, "There's a new view." He's like, "Look, there's another one and another one." He's like, "I can't even keep up. Look," and he keeps hitting refresh. He's like, "Look, there's another view."
Yeah, it was exactly like that. I think I had 10 views and about 7 of them were mine.
Yeah, I remember when I first started, I had like, within my first 50 subs, everybody was like, "Wow, bro, you have no idea how big your channel's going to be. This is awesome. I'm one of your first 50 subscribers." And I was literally like, it took me probably 4 or 5 weeks for my first video to have 1,000 views. And I'm not talking about 1,000 views in the first day or 1,000 views in the first, couple of days. No, 1,000 total views. It took 4 or 5 weeks before my very first video had that many views. And when it hit 1,000, I was like, "Oh yeah, my first one that doesn't have 3 digits by the views, that has the 1K. That's nice."
That is a good feeling when you get that first one, definitely.
Yes.
There was a question from the chat, Dan. Have you ever bumped into a flat earther in real life?
No, I've never. Like where I live in England, like on the south coast. There's actually no. I'll tell you who does live near me. Hang on, sorry, I'm just ordering my curry quickly.
That's fine.
I'll tell you who does live right near me. Gleam.
Oh, he lives in Gosport.
He lives in Gosport.
I used to live in Gosport when I was in the Navy.
5 or 10 miles from me.
Yeah. I lived in Gosport for a while.
Which flat earther are you talking about?
Gleam.
He's a guy called Gleam. He hangs around on Nathan's channel quite a lot. He doesn't make videos himself, but he has a lot to say.
Yeah,
I see.
He's a dumbass.
Every day when I do my searches, I do a flat earth search, I do a Team Skeptic search, and then I do a few other just random searches trying to find new topics. And Nathan Oakley, every damn day, he puts my damn name in his tags.
Does he actually?
And
yeah.
Hell yeah, he does. Every time I do that search, I see that damn.
I bet. Do you know what?
Debate.
I bet he puts like Mark Sargent in and all that as well.
Here, I'll tell you real quick. I can look it up because it's every single day. But hey, it makes me feel good because I'm like, oh, that means he thinks I'm popular.
He's using your name. Yeah.
What would you do if you had a flat earther come up to you in real life, Dan, and recognise you, and started arguing with you?
I don't know. If they started arguing with me, I'd probably ignore them and walk off. I get the impression that most flat earthers who give it some online would probably be more polite in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So if they did want to talk to me in a polite manner, then that's fine. I would definitely engage. But if they started ranting at me, I'll just tell them to fuck off and walk away.
So have you ever thought about doing a live debate?
No. From the very start, I said I would never debate. And
I think you'd be good.
It used to piss the hell out of loads of them, and because of that fact, that used to make me laugh. And I said, I always said I'd never debate because a debate is something that is up for change, or it's up for it's up for debate.
Yeah, you have to assume both sides had a valid argument.
Yeah, it's up to someone's opinion. So if you can debate about politics, because your opinion on politics and someone else's opinion on politics isn't necessarily the right thing or the wrong thing, but a debate about the shape of the Earth, and I'm not having to dig at you guys because it's good fun, it's good entertainment what you do, but there is no debate.
No,
the argument's already settled.
Oh, yeah.
I've always said I'd never debate because of that, and it winds them up rotten. And as long as it winds them up, then I'll keep saying that.
Well, see, when I do a debate, I don't even think of it as a debate, because it's not like I'm going to go in there and change their mind, because they don't want their minds changed. I'm going there just to show everyone else how stupid they are. They're
not interested.
No,
in that
and I know they're not interested, because I've got Project Aristophanes coming up, where we're getting a bunch of people to take measurements and measure the circumference of the planet. And I've asked flat earthers to be involved, and all of them are like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. That's wasting my time."
Yeah.
So they've got absolutely no interest in it.
They don't care.
I mean, why would you voluntarily prove yourself wrong if you didn't want to be wrong to begin with?
Ask Bob and Jeranism. They both did it.
I never mind being proved wrong or being shown the correct thing. If I have a misunderstanding or misinformation about something, I don't want to be wrong. So please correct me so I'm not wrong in the future.
Yeah.
And flat earthers don't do that. Flat earthers just not concerned with the truth whatsoever, especially if they have their name, if truth is in your name, like JM Truth.
Yeah, no channel with truth in their name has ever got truth.
Spell truth properly.
Yeah. Shout out to Sean Hufford for always correcting me when I'm wrong. Thank you, you dick.
Hey, let me tell you how much more popular I am than you guys. Because in Nathan Oakley's tags, he has Dearth, the idiot, Jeranism, an even bigger idiot, Sleeping Warrior, someone who's probably going to be deleting his channel in a few days because he's a big idiot and about to be proven so wrong. Ranty, who should never delete his channel because he puts out the greatest globe Earth proofs. Big shout out to Ranty. Give him the thumbs up for giving us all those great globe Earth proofs. Yeah. Thank you, Ranty. Now, as far as the debunkers go, he has, and these are the guys that I would say are way better than you two. Red's Rhetoric, Wolfie62, Slice Barcane, and Team Skeptic. Yes, Team Skeptic is on that list, and you guys aren't.
Getting up there.
Yes. I owe all my channel popularity to him by far.
He really doesn't like engaging with me at all. I try and comment on his videos and things, and he doesn't. He very rarely engages with me.
Oh, I stepped in their chat one time just because I was looking at the my name's being tagged, so it was live, so I clicked on it, and I see in the chat, I believe it was Quantum Eraser arguing with somebody, and he's like, "No, you cannot. It is absolutely impossible to have a negative pressure system next to a positive pressure system and not have the second law of thermodynamics violated. You will never find this in the history of Earth." And I'm like, what about sulfur hexafluoride? And I just typed just that one little message. I was like, at Quantum Eraser, what about sulfur hexafluoride?
Yeah.
And then I left after that. I didn't want to hear the answer. I knew the answer is right. It'll piss them off because they can't explain that. So I just said that, and then I jumped out, and next thing I know, I see 3 or 4 comments. "Why are you running from Nathan Oakley's chat?" Well, first off, I'm not going to Nathan Oakley's channel to watch his video. I went there to see why the fuck he has my name tagged in it, and I see Quantum Eraser making some really stupid claims in the chat. I left my comment, and then I left. And then they're like, "Why don't you debate him?" Yeah, right. I'm not jumping on flat Earth. You know what? Nathan Thompson ruined it for all flat earthers. Yeah. I'll never jump on y'all's channels again because y'all don't know how to let somebody else talk. All you know how to do is talk over people and mute them. I gave them dudes so much respect I gave them undeserved respect. Yeah. After JM Truth said 10 to the negative 17th was a negative number and that he has a master's of science, he got no respect from me whatsoever. He should have got 0 from that point moving forward because I know he's a fraud after saying Oh, Dan, mass and weight are the same thing because
there we go.
JM Truth is a master of science and he says so. You know, you can't have a science.
That's fine. Let's rewrite everything then.
Yeah, James absolutely. Says. The things he comes out with are just.
We don't know how to define mass.
Yeah. Oh man.
Centripetal. Here's another one. Newton's formulas for the gravitational attraction force were stolen from Coulomb's laws, which came like 200 years later, I think, or 150. Or
I think it's about 150 years later. Because
let's see.
He was saying because the second law of thermodynamics is a law, so it can't be broken. So I said, well, Newton's law of gravitational attraction is a law. What about that? And he started saying, no, that's not a law. That was just stolen from Coulomb's law. It's exactly the same thing.
Kepler's laws.
Yeah, like apparently Newton stole his law and corrupted science by having that for gravitation when it's actually Coulomb's law, except it came 150 years later.
That's rubbish. I mean, don't get me wrong. He was a bit of a naughty boy, Newton.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Wasn't Hooke part of the theory of gravity? A big part of it, right?
He made up the apple from the tree story as a way to discredit Hooke.
Yeah. But that by no means lessens the fact that his law of gravitational attraction
No, of course not.
is kind of the basis of modern physics. Oh. So have you been keeping up with what's happening between me and Sleeping Warrior by any chance?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I watched the debate with you guys, and then I watched the trailer you put out the other day about having the interview with that guy.
Yeah. I put another trailer out for
Have
today.
you heard anything from him?
From Sleeping Warrior or from the guy?
Yeah, from Sleeping Warrior.
Oh yeah, he put out a video doubling down on his assertions that I am wrong. Even though I've put out a trailer with the guy that he keeps citing as a source. Now, why would I be advertising that I'm going to be releasing this interview if it isn't all totally going in my favour? Yet he's still doubling down, saying that he's right and I'm wrong. And the funny thing is, because I said I'm not releasing it until May the 20th, which is part of Sleeping Warrior Week, that is now a conspiracy in itself, that I don't have creative control over my channel and I'm being controlled by other people.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Oh, dear.
I wonder when NASA's going to send me my scripts. I mean, are they sending them to the wrong address? Because I'm not getting...
I keep getting planner walks.
I'll have a word.
Yeah, they sent me planner walks before.
Yeah, please have a word, sir.
Yeah.
Speak to Karen in HR. She's usually good at sorting stuff out.
Oh, Karen. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. There's a flat earther in the chat, Flatsoid FE, who keeps saying apparently that I'm controlled opposition. Does anyone really think that NASA would pay flat earthers, anti-flat earthers, to do this online? Like, how stupid do you have to be to think that?
Think about that. All the scientists they have, right?
Yeah,
all the smart,
they could do it
all
themselves.
the people that didn't make the cut to get to NASA, right? The ones they were like, well, we got plenty of really, really exceptionally good people, and you're just really exceptionally good, so you don't make the cut. Go be a flat Earth debunker. They would send those guys and pay those guys minimal wage to go debunk flat Earth. They wouldn't pay me to do it.
It's ridiculous. Like the thing is with the flat Earth conspiracy is that everyone has to be lying. So all these, for the flat Earth to be true, all these stupid little things they come up with have to be true. Like, and that's why I've said that flat Earth is like a gateway conspiracy, because once you can believe in flat Earth, you can literally believe in anything. Then you get them going on to giants and mud floods and oh my goodness,
it's the perfect conspiracy, isn't it?
Absolutely.
For those type of people.
Do you think, Dan, that flat Earth is ever going to go away?
Probably not. It probably won't. I mean, it's more of the anti-scientific. It's the anti-scientific weighting that they have with their videos that I'm more worried about. It could have been something else. I mean, like the anti-space has started to build up quite a bit as well.
Yeah,
because it's linked to flat Earth, and again, that's a lot of that is anti-science, and that's what I'm more worried about than a conspiracy itself. It's just that way of thinking, and like you say, flat Earth is perfect for conspiracy-minded people because it's got everything in there.
Yeah, you have to think that everyone is lying to you all of the time.
Yeah. And I was in a chat room the other day, and Pete Pete Shea was in there.
Oh, Pissy Pete.
Still banging on that I'm a tranny.
Yeah, no, I
Can't.
Pissy Pete.
Yeah, I'm definitely a transvestite, 100%.
Yeah, I've had the transvestigation done on me as well, because I obviously look just like a woman, and my 2 children that I've had and my wife, that must have been some kind of magic.
It's a miracle.
All I know is when Pete Shea gets into a chat where I'm in a live stream, everything around me smells like fucking piss.
Yeah.
It's like he's breathing into the fucking keyboard as he's typing.
Yeah.
It stinks. Brush your teeth, Pete. Brush your teeth.
We said Pete Shea, mate, not Dave Murphy.
So
Pete Shea drinks piss too.
Does he actually?
Oh yeah, no, he's a big advocate for it. I was in a hangout with Reds, and Pete Shea came on, and we also got on Scientist Mel, and I feel sorry for her that she was in the same chat as Pissy Pete, because oh my goodness, he was calling her all kinds of names, like she's a fake scientist, this and that, because she does research on breast cancer and everything, and he was trying to say that breast cancer is always conspiracy, so she's a fake doctor and a fake scientist, and oh my god, the guy is absolutely mental.
Well, I haven't really brought this up with anybody, Dan. I'll bring it up with you and see what you think, because I think Mark Sargent, okay?
Yeah.
I think he's trying to push a new narrative that actually is helping the flat Earth a little bit. Now, I before I say this, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not even starting to believe the Earth is flat. But in that interview with the astrophysicist, he made the claim that gravity exists. It just exists different than what we believe it to be. We say it comes to a point. He says it goes to a plane. Now, that does provide more problems, as you would have to describe what's above you and why things aren't, what's not affecting the dome and stuff like that. But he's starting to understand that he has to admit to certain things that are irrefutable and put a new spin on them. So how do you feel about him doing something like that?
He's clearly cleverer than we think he is in terms of what's going on behind the scenes in the whole flat Earth community, and it's a worry in as much, or if we're talking about the people that follow him, but half of the flat earthers think that he's some sort of a shill that is like paid opposition type thing. So those I'm not worried about, but the ones that follow him, so Patricia Steers and basically half of the American contingent, and it is a slight worry, because you've got him admitting to a few things that that before they were refuting, possibly means they hold more cards when they come to talk to people about trying to convert them to flat Earth.
Right.
Because if they're saying, oh no, gravity is definitely gravity, it's it's a little bit different to what they say it is, but it's definitely there, but the Earth is flat. Then they're not having to try and persuade people about two really big things. They've only have to persuade about one thing.
Yeah, I've had that argument with a flat earther before, that gravity is real, but it just pulls down everywhere. But then you can easily debunk that with the fact that it has to, the natural kind of hydrostatic equilibrium is a sphere. If there's this accelerating force, which the Cavendish showed isn't just down, it can be in whichever direction the mass is. So we can easily show them that it's not just this directly downward force. It is mass affecting every other bit of mass.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you study anything to do with planetary science and how solar systems form and how planets form, you will 100% start to understand how gravity plays a huge part in all of that. There's a reason why our core is heavy metals. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Because of the gravitational influences. It really isn't rocket science. And if you study that in a bit more depth than what they've done, then you will understand that.
Yeah, I think the desire for it to be flat trumps any kind of proof we could ever give them.
Yeah, of course it does.
A lot of them, a good portion of them. The religious ones especially. because they always have that card to fall back on. Oh man, you're just an agent of Satan. You're an agent of Satan.
Yeah.
Oh my
They-
goodness.
They,
Take me out of the world.
I don't think the religious ones hold as much weight in the UK as
No,
they do in the US.
they're more funny to laugh at. And how do you feel about your soul going to hell, Dan? Because obviously all of our souls are going to hell.
Well, I'll be sure that when I die, I've got a bottle of sunscreen in my hand.
Ah, yeah. No, you need the chemtrail screen. That's more important.
Sorry, yeah. I need to get hold of Ranty about that. Actually, he's the man for that, isn't he?
Oh my goodness. So, what is the stupidest thing that you've heard from not just a flat earther, but any of the conspiracies that you've been covering? Because you do your Tinfoil Tuesdays as well.
Yeah, that's actually a really hard question because it's a lot of it is really stupid, but I mean, flat Earth is a bad one, and the anti-space is a bad one. But when you get the ones like the mud flood guys or the expanding Earth, or
Oh god, that expanding Earth one.
yeah, when they're literally they've just got an idea and they're trying to push that idea. There's nothing behind it. They're the worst. And the mud flood one, I mean, really, because buildings have windows that are near the floor.
They don't know what
it.
basements are.
That's it. That is literally it.
Yeah. See,
That's silly.
I like the fact that you're covering a lot more than just flat Earth because, I that's pretty much what I do. I'm fight the flat Earth, and it's nice to have a break from it sometimes. And people keep saying to me, "Oh, what are you going to do if flat Earth dies?" And the thing is, there's always going to be stupid people. It's not just going to be flat Earth. Einstein said there's two things that are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. Yeah. And I love evolution. I love reading about it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there. I've barely scraped the surface of people that don't believe in evolution.
Oh yeah, I always just get jellyfish disprove evolution.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty much exactly the opposite, dude. Goodness me.
Yeah.
Do you know that evolution was what Red's rhetoric started out with? That was what he was debunking originally before he got into flat Earth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he stopped doing it because he said even though he liked doing it, it was really boring to talk about.
Oh well,
Go ahead.
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna say I feel the same way. I've done one evolution video, and it was by far my most boring video that I've ever done.
I'm fascinated by it. I will always, I've got umpteen books on it, and I will do more on it, definitely.
Well, the research I did for the video, I love the research. I actually learned a lot of things. I learned about the cognitive dispersion in primate species and how there's a direct correlation between the variance in two species that broke off from a similar species. Like the further time the break off was, the more distant the cognitive abilities were, the more separated they were. So there was actual science behind being able to show that each of these monkeys were they broke away, and some had the evolutionary advantage of getting intelligence, and some were given other evolutionary advantages. And they broke away into two separate species, and that it was just an amazing paper. I read something about a modern day examples of evolution that are going on, and I brought this up the other day. It was talking about a fish that was it used to share the same water, and then there was a land bridge that formed between these two fish, recent land bridge, but it's been enough time that the fish have become accustomed to their now separate environments that they can no longer breed with each other. And not just that, but they have distinct differences amongst each other that are environmentally beneficial.
Classic speciation.
Classic, and it's happening right now in front of our eyes.
Absolutely.
And they deny that it's happening. It's like they have an excuse for everything. God put those fish in different pools of water. That's it. Made them slightly different.
But my holy book.
Yeah.
All right, I think we should do some My Buddy's an Idiot.
Yeah.
sounds
Okay.
good.
Dan,
Sounds good.
Dan, have you seen this segment yet?
I haven't. No.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Everybody in the chat. Originally we were gonna do Twitter, but we really need to get our Twitter built up. So why don't we?
There's a
do
few in
just,
Twitter that we
why
can
don't
do.
we do just the live chat? Basically, what we do, Dan, is we read off the person's name, and it'll start off with "My buddy's an idiot because." So I would be like, Scimandan says, my buddy's an idiot because he thinks that mud floods are real because windows are near the floor.
Okay.
But we'll read it from the chat. So do you have the live chat pulled up?
I've got
by
it.
chance?
Yeah.
I can do a few that are in
Let me-
Twitter the first if you like.
What did you say? I'm sorry, Fight the Flat Earth.
There's a few in Twitter. I could do those first before we get to the chat. Give a chance for the chat to build up.
Yeah, so why don't you start doing the Twitters, and
The
me and
Twatters.
Dan will do the we'll start with the YouTubes. All right.
I'm just going to say that Michael Davis asked about the meme review that me and Conspiracy Cats are doing. It's definitely on the cards. We just need to find a time that both of us can record it. So if you've sent in a meme to me, then it will be done. Don't worry.
We're busy working for NASA, guys. So
Yeah. When NASA give me a chance to do it, I'll do it.
right. So let's start with we've got Michael Bertelson on Twitter says my buddy's an idiot because I shot him into an orbit, but he kept his eyes closed, and when he came back, he still says the Earth is flat.
All right. So Phil Blockus says my buddy's an idiot because he's flatzoid flat Earth, aka Pat Shank / Rocky Balboa. So Scimandan, that's on you.
It's on me.
Casual spaceman.
Casual Spaceman. My buddy's an idiot because God told me and reasons.
Yeah, that's definitely my holy book. Now Pinion on Twitter says my buddy's an idiot because he thinks Comic Sans make everything look more scientific.
Adrian Clark says my buddy's an idiot because he truly believes there are glass houses on the moon.
Oh, what?
Oh, here we go. Paul Lakita says my buddy's an idiot because he's an anti-vaxxer with the measles.
That's what we call natural selection.
The Darwin Award winner right there.
Yeah. Godless, that's Chrysimer says, my buddy's in it because he wears a chef's smock and stands out in a field listening off nonsense and thinks he's a scientist because he has a communications degree.
For no reason says, my buddy's an idiot, so stupid, he spelled reason as raisin.
Oh, right. Hang on. Rodent, no last name. My buddy's an idiot. He studied for a drug test. those ones crack me up.
We've got Fletcher Eisler says, my buddy's an idiot because they are subbed to Team Skeptic and FTFE's channel, but not SOS. Oof. Yes, guys, get subscribed to Science or Satire.
Sub to Science or Satire. We're moving the episodes there after 2 more episodes. One with Conspiracy Cats on my channel, and then one on non-sec. So,
yeah.
But we'll cover that in a minute. Neil Stone says my buddy's an idiot because he believes everything Trump says.
Willie Merck, my buddy's an idiot because he thinks the Mark Sargent friend zone can't exist next to a vacuum.
Oh, that's a big friend zone. Don't you just feel sorry for him? Like, honestly, throughout that entire documentary, like, he's like puppy dog eyes at her. The moment where she takes off his hat and tries it on, he's staring at her like, you're my world. I just feel so sorry.
Absolutely tragic.
I don't feel bad for Arwen. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. Okay. Logi Troll Knox on Twitter says my buddy is an idiot because he thinks there's a giant screen and his proof is that the screen exists. Yeah, that's right.
Timo Mayampa, I hope I said that right. That was a really weird name. My buddy is an idiot because he can't pronounce names with Scandinavian alphabet. Okay, I didn't read the whole thing before I tried to pronounce your name. If there's any Scandinavian linguist on the panel, if you'd please pronounce that. But I'm going to try again, knowing that it's Scandinavian. Timo Mayampa. All right.
Right, Christ Puncher.
Love that name.
He's clearly a guy that likes the dad jokes. My buddy's an idiot because he was intently staring at a juice box because it had the word concentrate on it.
I think it's the last one on the Twitters from Logitronox again. My buddy is an idiot because he don't believe that the Earth is a purple train. Purple train, purple train, purple train. The Prince song, Purple Rain. Okay. Next.
The casual space. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, carry on. That's done with Twitter now.
Oh, the casual statement says, my buddy's an idiot because he thought he had a science degree after finishing primary school. I'm not sure JM Truth did finish primary school, to be honest with you.
No, definitely not.
Oh, dear. SoCal Timothy. My buddy's an idiot because he is a physicist and you're not.
S.O.S Lucas says my buddy is an idiot because he is a movie-making, scientifical sniper medics, physicist, and also a mortar man. Yep, JM Truth is all of these things and more. He's an Adonis of a man.
Yes, he makes all of us just look so stupid because of his supreme intelligence and massive brain. Meat Shield. Yeah, I called you Meat Shield. You'll never get away from that one. Hey Dan, how long have you been eating Taco Bell in your life? Before we move forward, I've got to ask every guest this.
Me?
Yes.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, we don't really have them in the UK.
Not really in the UK.
Come on, man. If you come to America, I'm taking you to Whataburger and Taco Bell.
Yeah,
but
sounds cool.
They used to squirt meat into a tortilla.
They didn't. You've been Mandela'd.
I think I was Mandela'd, Dan, because I remember this and nobody else does. I'm pretty sure I was Mandela'd.
You're not selling it. You're not selling it.
So Heat Shield won't leave me alone about it, so I got to call him Meat Shield every time. So Meat Shield, hashtag my buddy's an idiot because he married a hyper-religious flat earther and she tries to get knocked out by talking shit all night every time we have a family reunion.
My goodness.
What else have we got here? Hang on. Have we got any here? Okay, here we go. My buddy's an idiot because he's Math Powerland.
Yeah, Math Powerland insists that he started the Flat Earth movement. Like, I've got to do a video on him soon. Right.
That was from Bob's your uncle.
Yeah. Alex B. My buddy's an idiot because he's a film scientist, photographer, pamphlet maker, sniper, combat medic, ballistic specialist, physicist, flat earther. Yeah, more about JM Truth. That's right. He's honestly not all these things he says.
Yeah, I think he's going to win Dumb Fuck of the Year. As much as I want Riley to win Dumb Fuck of the Year, I think JM Truth. My push this year, I will probably put out a 45-minute, hey guys, vote for JM Truth video where I just literally go through each one of his videos and point out the stupidest things he says.
I don't know, man. Once I'm done with Riley on Sleeping Warrior Week, it's going to be hard for anyone to come close to that stupid. There is some good contenders this year. Breaking Down the Wall of Lies, JM Truth, Nathan Thompson. Oh,
Nathan Thompson deserves more than Dumb Fuck of the Year. Mark Verschel, my buddy Eric Dubay is an idiot because he thinks an English tutor is a college professor. All right, so I guess that's where we'll end it today. We have a few more in there, but we'll go ahead and end the My Buddy's an Idiot and start wrapping up that segment or this area. Dan, how much more time you got with us? Are you really talking about some FIFA, man? Don't be scared,
serious,
bro.
Man. I'm serious. I need to have some food. My curry's going to be in about 20 minutes.
No, I have to eat too, so why don't we meet up about 30 minutes after we get done here? That gives you time to eat. And
sounds good.
I mean, you're basically eating like in prison style, right? You'll have the whole curry knocked out in about 4 minutes.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you've run a marathon, it's just like you just eat like there's no tomorrow.
You just breathe and it just goes in your mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to go run a marathon.
So should we wrap this up with some super chats and saying goodbye and stuff then?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Let's do that. This was an effective show.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Invite one of the smaller channels like Dan on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan, for bringing your small channel to the table.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely welcome. Anything for you guys? Can you just make sure you start plugging me a bit more, though?
Yeah, you could do with the help. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're happy to help get your name out there. No one knows who you are at all. So
Thanks, man. I genuinely appreciate that.
no, like I said, when I first started doing this, and I was talking to you guys, the fact that you guys were willing to help me out and everything, like it meant the world. And I said it to you before, and I'll say it again. If I just have a tenth of your success, I'll be the happiest person ever. Like, seriously, well done on doing what you've done and making it so successful. It's incredible.
Thanks, man.
No worries.
So you're about 7,000 or 8,000 subs down then, because a tenth of Dan's massive channel is about 17 grand. So you got a little ways to go, little man.
I'm getting there.
Get big.
Right, so we have $2 from Kenneth Terrell. We all live on Allah the Christ, a massive turtle. Yep, don't forget the 4 elephants that stand on the back of the turtle that carry the flat earth. That's very important. Brian Shannon, $2. I hate to miss this, guys. Congrats on the marathon, Scimandan.
Thank you very much.
£5 from Great Circle. One constant between Flerfs, space. Why? Because space equals photos. Photos equals definitive debunking and RIP flat earth. Yeah, they have to say that all the photos from space are fake. Of course they do. 5 Canadian fake dollars from Brainy Beaver. Take my wet panties, Dan. Throws them on stage. OMG, it's Scimandan. I think Brainy Beaver likes you.
Wow, it's not a surprise, really, is it?
50 Aussie dollars from Aussie Globehead. Shillbot says, congrats, Scimandan, on completing the marathon.
Thank
Nice.
you very much. 50 Aussie dollars. What's that, like £3?
Something like that, yeah, £2.50. Schrodinger's cat, $4.99 US. Don't touch Brainy's panties. I made that mistake once. Yeah, good.
Jeez.
$2 from William Signs. Arsenal's the best, Dan.
Shut up! Arsenal, you're laughing. Oh my word.
William Signs, you still got a home over on my side, bro. I'll root Arsenal for you just because I don't know what's going on out there. So while they all ostracize you from the community for saying that, I still love you.
General E Shady, $2 Aussie. Dan's left leg paid, right leg shill, both CGI. Well, it does seem that Planner Walk's going to be exposing Dan's legs, so make sure you subscribe to Planner Walk. 2 English pounds from the Casual Spaceman. Scimandan, you the man. When your book club starting?
First one starts in June.
June.
1st of June.
Right, yeah. I think you put a community post out about that recently, didn't you, just now?
I did, yeah. And it's on Facebook and Twitter as well.
Awesome.
And there's also a Goodreads group where we can have discussions and stuff like that. So.
Sounds good. If you guys want to get involved.
Audiobooks?
You what?
Are we going to be doing audiobooks?
If there's an audiobook available, yeah.
Actually, got to read.
I'm just kidding.
That's just so lazy, though, isn't it? Come on.
If I'm gonna take part in any kind of book club, I will do my best to read it.
Yeah,
I'll see if NASA has a shill version that I can just take. I can just regurgitate.
Okay, right. 50 Aussie dollars from Aussie Globehead. My left nut is smarter than JM Truth. Yeah, that's true. $2 from Scrat the Skeptic Squirrel. New flat earth in the house. Flatzoid FE. Yeah, Flatzoid looks like a coward because as soon as I said, "Do you want to come on later?" he stopped commenting. Typical run. Coward Flerf. $1.99 US from Dan Reichel. Taco Bell meat tube equals mad TV skit. Okay then.
I saw it in a Mad TV skit, and I'm telling you, man, this is the reason I didn't eat Taco Bell. The moment I saw them squirt meat onto a taco, I said, I'm not eating that. Why would I want to do that to my body?
2 Australian dollars from January Shady. Why you are an idiot? Dumbest Flerf nomination. Yeah, he's definitely up there. Did you see my debate with Why You Are an Idiot, Dan?
Possibly. You've done so many, it's difficult to remember them all.
His explanation for the pressure gradient is that there used to be a giant tree called Yggdrasil in the middle of the Earth that reached all the way to the dome. But now there isn't. That's why there's a pressure gradient.
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, like, there's stupid and then there's wow.
To be honest, that also explains why butterflies can fly. So
yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
10W something. I'm not sure what 10,000 W something. I'm not sure what that is. Thank you for the 10,000 strange currency that I'm going to get told off for not knowing. Kuesa, I actually learned Clark, Barnard, D. Marble, and Nathan Thompson visited CL Korea for something called Flat Earth International Conference in CL 2018. Yay, globalization, facepalm. Interesting story about Nathan Thompson going to that conference was that his girlfriend at the time lent him a bunch of money to do it, and then he sent pictures of himself using that money to buy hookers.
No,
Yeah.
come on.
No, I'm not even lying. Go to there's a website about Nathan Thompson that I'll share with you that explains it all. I know, right? 100 US dollars from Robert Nugent. Hey guys, this is Bob with NASA. Here's your payment for your services. Thanks. Keep up the good work. Bob, are you one of the new guys? Because that's supposed to be for internal communications. You can get in serious trouble for. Can we cut that bit out, team?
Yeah, I'll cut it out. We can't be exposing ourselves like that as
No.
Chills. So
He's only giving you 100. He gives me 1,000, mate.
Oh well, I'm not quite your level. See.
man, I'm done. Dude, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm getting underpaid.
100 Aussie dollars from Aussie Globehead. Shillbot made me do it. Yeah, he's got this error command at the moment. Just keeps giving out all the shill money. And $15, no message, but it's from space, comma. So yeah, that's all the super chats. Thanks very much, guys. Honestly, your support is really appreciated, and a lot of it's going to go towards Team Skeptic and I getting vMix for our new channel. Yeah. So.
One thing, just to let you guys know, we're going to be purchasing vMix for our live streams and stuff like this that we do with Dan, because as of right now we can only do it through Hangouts, where we can share his camera but we can't do much more else with that. We can't have more than one person where everybody can see everybody. We can do that with vMix. However, it's pretty expensive. It's like $1,200 just to be able to use the service. So we of course everybody helps out, and we're completely grateful. Just so you know, things that you do that help us out, it goes towards things like that so that we can make the quality content better for you guys. So always and forever, I will always be appreciative of every single 50 cents you could give me, because it goes towards making this content better.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the support that I get from you guys is incredible. So I'm going to keep doing this for a long time. And I want to say, Dan, thank you very much for taking your time to come and speak to us lowly 10,000 sub people.
Yeah. Oh, hey, hold on. No, Dan, call him out on his bullshit. He ain't hit 10K yet.
I'm getting there.
He hasn't. You're right. He hasn't.
I'm like 9,400.
Yeah, you're not. You're not even on the radar yet. You know, you've got to get past the 10,000. Once you get to about 50, then I might start noticing you.
Oh, you remember my name then.
At 10, you know where, mate.
Oh, no, bro. No. We had to actually, Dan, I'll be honest with you. When I go on to, are you familiar with Side Strike's movie night?
Yeah. Side Strike, I love him.
Yeah, oh yeah. When I go on there, I give him a hard time because when I first went on there, I had like 50 or 60 subs with him, right? And now I'm way bigger than his channel. I have to remind him how he needs to make room in his chat every time I come in. I mean, he has to know that a large channel is on its way. In fact, it's so large and I move at such velocity coming into the channel, there's actually relativistic effects that happen on the backside of me coming in. So there's a difference in time dilation between my ass and my face when I begin talking.
I told you about them cheeseburgers, team.
That's epic stuff, mate. Epic.
Yeah, you absolutely destroyed me today. I feel like such a little person. I almost didn't want to talk the whole time because of the channel that we had on the panel.
Guys, would you like me to give Science or Satire a shout out?
We would love that, Dan. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Dan,
How much do you want me to do that though?
how much?
Well,
How much in American dollars or how much in
real money.
Just how much? How much you want? What does it mean to you guys for me?
Do you want me to
that?
beg, man? Do you want me to beg?
Well,
No, I'm joking. Of course I will.
Nicely, I'll tell you like this, Dan. If you ask nicely and you give our channels a shout out, okay, I'll allow you to be on one of my videos.
Done deal. That's an absolute done deal.
Guys, you heard it. Everybody in the chat. I don't know how many people are watching, Dan, because I'm not. I can't see that right now,
356
but
now.
you have witnesses against you. Okay, you must follow through. So I will allow you to have a 30-second slot, maybe 27 and a half seconds.
Okay.
That a good size slot for compared to most people. I'll give that to you, but in return, I need a shout out, right? For Science or Satire, Fight the Flat Earth. You can shout my channel out if you want. I'm a humble person. I don't need any help from a small guy like you. But I would appreciate it, but I don't need your help.
So
But you do
27
all that,
seconds. Are you sure?
27 and a half. 27 and a half. And that includes the fade out, the 3
do
second
know.
fade out time.
You do know how much I can say in 27 seconds, don't you?
Yeah. I imagine it's a lot. I imagine it's a whole lot.
We're going to end that show there for tonight. Thank you guys for watching. That's been a lot of fun. A bit of a calmer episode than the past couple with having Flat Earthers on. And I like the fact that we can have a good variety of different shows. The next show is going to be with Conspiracy Cats on Team Skeptics channel. Then the show after that is going to be on the Non Sequitur show with Kyle and Steve. And then the show after that will be show 1.0, our launch channel. Our launch show for the channel, which we do on Science or Satire. We try and get a few of the guests that we've had on in the 10 run-up shows to pop in and say hi. But yeah, we're really quite happy with how fast the channel is growing. It's got over 1,500 subs. It's suitable for monetization, and it's going to be a great place to come for a different look at the world of science.
Hey, what's that in scientific notation?
Which kind?
Oh my God, I'm done with him, Dan. Our channel size. How do you express our channel size in scientific notation?
1,000. Oh, well, I can't remember what the actual subs are now. Hold on.
Oh my God.
1.5 times 10 to the 3 is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize what you were asking. I'm sorry.
Dan, would you like to join the Science or Satire?
I'm fired. I'm fired.
I'll tell you what. If Fight the Flat Earth is gone, I'm in.
Done.
Oh man, I've been pushed out by the big boys.
Nice knowing you, Craig.
But yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our channels, and we will see you soon. I'll be back on Sunday with episode 15 of Flerfs Are Idiots about Nathan Thompson. Team Skeptic had a video out a couple of days ago about flight paths, and Dan's obviously got his Friday stuff out as normal, so make sure you guys check all that out. Last minute super chat, Mr. P, £2. Meat Shield doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. And on that, we'll say,
never getting away from that Meat Shield. You're never gonna get away from that name, man. You should have just let me have the meat tube. You shouldn't have fought me on that. Meat Shield, down with Meat Shield. Hashtag down with Meat Shield.
good night, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you later.
Later, guys.
And we are